Welcome to the Draft Journal. Welcome back, NFL Draft Fanatics. This is the NFL Draft Journal with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. We're going to be diving into one of the most physically dominating receiver prospects in this upcoming NFL 2026 NFL Draft class, Mr. Chris Bell from the University of Louisville.
Inside the 20, inside the 10.
Chris Bell is a great combination of size and speed. Man, at 6'2", 220 pounds, he's going to run a sub 4.5 40 at the combine if he was able to participate at the combine. Man, he has a rare blend of traits. He was highly productive for the Cardinals, especially in this past season where he broke out as a Biletnikoff Award semifinalist. So in the past 2 seasons with the Louisville Cardinals, man, his stats, they look like this, man. In 2024, he had 43 receptions for 737 yards and 4 touchdowns with the average of 17.1 yards per catch. And in 2025, he had a boost when it comes to this season. He had 72 catches for 917 yards and 6 touchdowns for 12.7 yards per catch. So his yards per catch went down this past season with Louisville. But overall for his career, 151 catches, 2,166 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 14.3 yards per catch average, which is pretty good considering what he was doing over in Louisville. With pretty impressive production, particularly in his senior year. And a lot of people are going to ask, man, what makes him so effective on the field? Well, I'll tell you, his biggest strength is his ability to create yards after the catch, that yak. A lot of teams are going to want that yak when it comes to their receivers going into this NFL the way that it is now.
It's a Louisville touchdown. Watch Frederick get bumped by his own linebacker as he's running across. All he needs is a step, and you see the playmaking ability with the ball in his hand.
His frame, and he runs like a running back with the ball in his hands.
Miami bringing pressure. Moss over the middle to Brown, a first down, and Brown inside the 20, and Brown into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville. Chris Bell with his second touchdown.
Often requiring multiple defenders to bring him down. Like, he's very effortless and fearless when it comes to going across the middle. He catches those passes and literally turns these passes for like 5 to 10 yards, and he just turns them into house calls.
There's enough speed to get there, so certainly Watson does. Cross over the middle, wide open, Chris Bell. Can he take it to the house? Oh, yes, he can!
Man, as you can see, like this play here against Miami, man, he catches the ball, gets the ball, goes over the middle. Looks like he splits 2 defenders and gets into the gets them a touchdown. So he's a guy that can literally make a play from anywhere on the field. And with 6'2", 220 with that body frame, he reminds me of A.J. Brown, who's one of my favorite receivers that's in the league right now. And also, he's good at contested catches. You could throw the back shoulder to him.
Virginia backs off. Moss stands in. Back shoulder to Bell. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Touchdown. Grown man strength from Chris Bell. Tough. Watch the left hand of Chris Bell. That's all he needed was one. All he needed was one. Some guys need 2. Chris Bell just needs 1.
And he also tracks the deep ball naturally, which making him a legit vertical threat as well.
Anywhere, over the slot, out wide, just makes plays. Play action, there's the deep shot. It's Bell, catch in stride, and pulled down near the pylon at the 1-yard line.
A resounding 15 yards. Let's see if that loosens up SMU's defense. Watson, the running back. Adams wants to throw it again, goes deep again. And the pass is caught by Chris Bell.
Now, for all those physical traits that he has, he does have a little bit of limitation when it comes to the route tree that he ran at Louisville. You know, most of his routes were post routes, you know, go routes and screens and dig routes and drags. So you're gonna have to work on him a little bit with his well-rounded receiver that I believe can turn into a on par with his physical traits. Because if he gets that route running with those physical traits, like I say, he could be an AJ Brown type receiver for any team that drafts. You know, and occasionally he'll double catch a pass here or there, or you may have a mental lapse and have a drop here or there. But for the most part, man, Chris Bell is an absolute beast when it comes to being a receiver and being physical and getting off the line of scrimmage. But now you're going to want to teach him, you know, ways to get off that line of scrimmage when people are trying to press, or they putting outside a lineman on you, or they line to the inside of you, how to beat those routes, how to beat brackets, you know.
Some moves that will make this guy want to drop back about 8-10 yards, because you're going to beat him off the line of scrimmage so bad he's not going to want to cover you tight anymore. Now, ideally, I want to attack him before he's locked in here. Set, go. Okay? If I do this, where I'm here, see how I can fall off balance? Set, go. Set, go. Now what we're going to work on is what's called a club punch press. Yeah, but right now we're talking about a real aggressive guy who's just going to try and stone me. This is a matter of keeping his hands from getting on you. Talk about what's called or at least I call it a step back technique on the line of scrimmage against the hard press corner. A guy who's just, you know, super aggressive. You got to watch film. You got to study the tendencies of your opponent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a step back technique. And you got guys like Richard Sherman in the NFL who are really, really good at bailing. And I'm going to jab my feet and close this cushion. So as I move into him, he's going to walk out. There go. Okay, good. There go. Okay, good. There go. A double move off a press technique, or a soft press. Your first step is to the side you're releasing to, and it's small. You get this guy, you know, running scared to the point where eventually he's like, all right, there go. There go. You do that, and I guarantee you're going to do good things as a receiver.
Oh, he's going to have to study some of the elite receivers if he wants to become one of those type receivers. He's going to have to learn how to run double routes a little bit better. He's going to have to learn how to, you know, settle down in zones and not just run through the route when he sees certain coverages. So every receiver is going to have a, you know, a learning curve when they come into the league. But as far as his physical ability, he's a #1 receiver as he comes into the league. And I do think that certain teams who draft him, if they draft him, I think he will be a very good fit with the Buffalo Bills. I think him and his ability with Josh Allen able to create in the backfield will allow him to create himself and get him in wide open spaces. And when he catches the ball, he's an absolute problem. So he can definitely be a very good get for the Buffalo Bills. The New Orleans Saints, they are a deep passing team. They're a deep passing team, deep digs over across the middle of the field, deep post, deep go route. So they already do what he already does greatly. So he will be a very good fit there. And then the Cleveland Browns, I do believe a bigger possession receiver that can fly the way Chris Bell does. And if they stick with Shedeur Sanders, I think he'll be a great fit with Shedeur Sanders over there in Cleveland. But we'll see when he's drafted in this upcoming draft. You know, coming to the end here with Chris Bell, a little bit of bad news. He did tear his ACL on November 22nd in that last game against SMU. So he won't be able to participate at the NFL Combine or any offseason programs. He's going to have to be rehabbing that ACL. So that may affect his draft status and may make him fall out the first round, even though I do believe this guy's a first-round talent. He's certainly one of the most intriguing prospects in this draft. You can say he has a boom or bust label on him. He could be an absolute monster like an AJ Brown, or he could just be another speed guy that has physical traits but doesn't learn the nuances of playing the receiver position. So you're gonna have to take your time with Chris Bell. Don't expect him to come out and just be this ultimate superstar. No, this guy is a physical specimen at the receiver position, 6'2", 220. He's gonna have to learn releases off the line of scrimmage. He's gonna have to learn not to double catch the ball and catch the ball with his chest and use his hands more. And you've seen him use his hands to catch the ball. And he's gonna have to recover from that ACL. So injury concerns, a little boom and bust concern, but I still think this guy's a first round pick, and any team that actually gets him could be lucky, man. So that's the Draft Journal on Mr. Chris Bell, wide receiver from the Louisville Cardinals. One of my favorite prospects in this draft at the receiver position. We're going to see exactly what he does, man. Y'all tap in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and y'all tell me what you want of Chris Bell on your team. This is the Draft Journal. This is Big Pat Sports Talk, and stay tuned for the next episode with the next player on the Draft Journal. Peace.